Released more than 10 years ago, the first Deus Ex was a game ahead of its time, blending together role-playing, shooter, and stealth elements with an emphasis on dialogue-driven storytelling and level designs that give players freedom and choice. Now, Eidos Montreal and Square Enix are reviving the franchise with Deus Ex: Human Revolution, aiming to use the ideas that made the original so great to create a more modern game. Set in 2027, decades before the original, the events of Human Revolution play out in a time of political upheaval and ethical debate. As mechanical augmentation becomes more commonplace, multinational corporations compete for control of this booming new industry, while protest groups fight for the purity of the human race. In Detroit, Seraph Industries is on the verge of a major breakthrough that could end dependencies on anti-rejection drugs. But on the eve of their announcement, a team of augmented mercenaries attacks, killing staff and disrupting operations. It's clear from the outset that there's a web of conspiracy in play, and the visionary David Seraph seems to have some dirty laundry of his own. You're placed in the middle of this crossfire as Adam Jensen, Chief Security Officer for Seraph Industries.
SI Security. Name's Jensen.
The ex-cop isn't augmented when you start the game, but the attack leaves him in critical condition, prompting his employer to foot the bill for extensive augmentations to save his life. 6 months later, Jensen is brought back early from recovery to deal with another attack on the corporation by an anti-augmentation group. But the details of this break-in seem sketchy, setting Jensen on a global search for clues to find out what's really going on. Like the original, the balance of shooting and stealth is largely up to the player. There are non-lethal weapons with tranquilizer rounds, but ammunition for those weapons isn't as abundant. Likewise, stealth attacks use energy that needs to recharge. The result is a system that doesn't let you rely on simply knocking everyone out. You'll fire weapons from a first-person perspective, which transitions to third-person when you take cover. Even when you do choose to go on the offensive, you'll need to take a tactical approach, staying behind cover and preventing enemies from flanking you. While there's plenty of gunplay, much of the game is spent on detective work, exploring and gathering evidence. You'll pick up subquests by talking to people on the street, and you'll need to infiltrate various spaces to extract any information that might be useful. Most situations have multiple solutions. You may opt to crawl into vents, punch through walls, or do some old-school crate stacking, but your practical options depend on how you upgrade Jensen's abilities. A flashy combat skill like the Typhoon, which sprays explosive rounds in every direction, gives you an edge in combat, while a cloaking enhancement will greatly improve your sneaking game.
Pritchard, I'm in.
Nicely done, Jensen.
Comparatively mundane but still significant upgrades let you jump farther or carry more gear. An in-depth hacking system is used for opening doors, accessing email accounts, and bypassing security systems. Hacking a terminal involves capturing nodes while preventing security from shutting down your access point. It's a challenging and time-sensitive endeavor, requiring additional augmentations to be truly effective. There's an element of risk. A bad hack in the wrong location can attract unwanted attention.
Access denied.
Sometimes the best solution may be to talk your way in, navigating dialogue trees to persuade a character to see things your way. You'll be able to choose from attitudes such as empathy, humility, and reason, and because the reactions to your choices are somewhat randomized, you'll need to decipher each character's mental state and respond appropriately. All in all, Deus Ex: Human Revolution is shaping up to be a deep RPG experience with a fleshed-out world, moody soundtrack, and several nods to the original that fans should easily appreciate. Will it live up to the Deus Ex legacy despite some differing design choices, and can it successfully convert new players to transhumanism? Find out in our full review when the game ships this August.